What should I do when I meet people who aren't religious and they say things to me about how they refuse to keep Shabbos because it's ridiculous, and they won't circumcise their sons because it's old-fashioned and barbaric? They aren't starting up with me, but these topics come up because I'm religious and they're not. I wish I knew what to say to help them think in a new and better way. Some of these people grew up in observant homes or had observant grandparents, but most of them did not. I usually just smile and listen, since I'm not sure if I should say anything, and I'm not sure if I could say anything that would make a positive difference. Something similar happens when I meet with teenagers and young adults who have left their religious homes. I see them a lot due to my line of work. They seem so sad and lost, and I wouldn't even know where to begin to help them get back to where I think their souls yearn to be. Okay, so I would tell you several things. Let's assume that these people are just saying, like, you keep Shabbos? Isn't that old-fashioned? Because they really don't know what Shabbos is. So the first thing that you always do is to echo their question so they feel heard and understood, and find the truth in what they say. Because if the person is sincere, and I'm assuming for our argument's sake that the people are sincere. If they're not sincere, don't just go back to smiling. But if they are sincere, there's got to be truth. So the point of truth in this, isn't it old-fashioned, is yes, Shabbos has been around for thousands of years. So saying, yeah, you must be really wondering why I would allegiance myself to an ancient system. The world has changed so much since the times the Torah was given. Yeah, isn't that what you're wondering about? So say, yeah, why do you keep it? So now you could ask them a critical question. Would you really like to know? Do you really want to know? Because I could tell you. Do you want to know? Almost always, if they're sincere, the answer will be yes. If the answer is like, not really, you could live your life, I'll live mine, they just told you something, but they told you that they're not that sincere, so let it go. They say yes. Yeah, like, why do you do this? So it's your responsibility to tell them. So you begin by telling them, I'm not a rabbi, so there may be things that I can't explain as well as a rabbi can, but let me tell you my view. My view is that the world didn't make itself, that there's an intelligent force behind it all, and that He gave us rules that make our lives more meaningful, which is why people have kept these rules for thousands of years without anybody forcing them to. The Jews have been in exile 2,000 years. Nobody forced them to keep Shabbos. No one forced them to keep kosher. In fact, for many Jews, if they would let go of keeping Shabbos kosher and just assimilate to the rest of the world, they could have saved their own lives and the lives of their family. The reason why people kept it over all the years is it has profound meaning. What Shabbos is about is saying, in essence and through deeds, I'm going to let go of my creative efforts once a week. I'm going to stop controlling everything and everyone. I'm going to let myself step back from the picture so I could really see the picture. This is going to be a day where I enjoy the fruits of my labor, not just labor more. A day in which I thank God, not just consume what He gives. So the laws of Shabbos are meant to free you from taking control of everything and to offer you real spiritual repose and the ability to step back and enjoy. Okay. And the same would hold true with kashrus. You would give the same basic introductory remarks leading up to, and do you really want to know, and I'm not a rabbi, you know that, and say, well, people have been keeping kosher for so many years, the same basic introductory thing. And then you could say, today, people are so interested in what they eat. There are people who are all kinds of food plans, some for weight reduction, some for health. People don't even question what spiritual effect the food they have has upon them. The Torah tells us that what we eat has a spiritual as well as a physical effect, that there is a mind-body connection. I'm not a rabbi, so I don't really know why this animal, not that animal, unless you do, and you could find out more about this, especially if you read the Hirsch Chumash on these mitzvot, but in the interest of brevity, I don't want to take you through every one of the halachas of kashrus. Suffice to say that the animals that we don't eat tend to be predatory. that not eating the blood is where the endocrine system puts all of the hormones, which is why even today in Africa, when people want to be frenzied, they drink blood. This is why we take animals off red meat when we want to tame them, in the zoos, for instance. Not that this is such a moral practice. So we're trying to do what Hashem himself said is a way of creating refinement of the physical self by acknowledging the mind-body connection through the food we eat. People will usually accept that. Okay, when you finish, they may say, "Oh, that's interesting." Okay, at that point, if you have a relationship with them at all, it doesn't hurt if you say, I find it fascinating to find out more. I don't, as you see, I told you I'm not a rabbi. I don't really know that much, but they have great sites online today. Let me write this down for you.